Good morning everyone. So we're just going to take you through our morning test regime for our water parameters. So the four impurities that we mainly look out for is ammonia, nitrite, nitrate, as well as the phosphates. So these are the four that we look out for. Of these four, the only three that we really need to keep a close eye on is ammonia, nitrite and phosphates. These three impurities are the ones that usually do damage to our fish in our water. So that's what we're going to test out for now. Then once we've tested it, we'll show you the results and what we actually look for in the results. Alright, so we've now run our test. So the first one that we're going to go through is ammonia. So in the ammonia, this is actually the perfect shade that we want, very light yellow. Ammonia should always be kept below 0.25. If it does climb to that, it's no cause for alarm yet. It could just be a slight increase due to too much waste in the water. Then you can just do a bit of a wash throughout your sand filter or your bubble bead filter, and you can just flush it a bit, and that should bring down the ammonia again. The time that you would be concerned for ammonia is when it reaches a level of 1 ppm and above. With that, you would treat for with an ammonia lock. It usually takes effect within 2 hours. Then you would test your water again, and then in an every hour interval to see if it is reducing it. If not, you would do a 10% backwash and then fill up, test again. If your ammonia is still high, treat with an ammonia lock again. The next one we then look at is nitrite. So nitrite, this is again a perfect test right here. Nitrite you want to keep as low as possible. This is currently at 0 ppm. As soon as it starts going up to 0.2 ppm, there is usually something in your water that's causing a waste upload, such as fish waste, too much feeding, your filter isn't clean, something like that. But with nitrite, this is the one that usually kills your fish the fastest. There is no cause for concern if your nitrite levels are at 0.5. Oftentimes you'll find that your water stagnates at a 0.5, and that's usually with a lot of fish in the water. The only time I would say to really start concerning yourself with this level is when it reaches a 1. That would mean there is a drastic problem in the water. You would have to up your oxygen levels quite considerably to combat it, because nitrite is a gas that builds up from waste that gets released into your water, and it will start rising. So if you put in more gas into your water, more oxygen into your water, it will flush it out faster, and then it will also combat the high levels of nitrite in the water. This is also quite damaging to the fish's gills if you do not have enough oxygen to combat it. So with high nitrite, you want more oxygen in your water than anything to protect your fish's gills. The next one is nitrate. Nitrates, there isn't a lot of concern there. Often people will find that their water tests at a 40 to 80 ppm of nitrate. This does sound high, but the only time we're really concerned with high nitrate levels is when it reaches 120 ppm. Reason being, nitrate will always be present in water. There is no way of getting rid of it. It is a byproduct of your nitrate cycle. When your nitrite gets broken down, it becomes nitrate by your beneficial bacteria. This also does get broken down by beneficial bacteria, but like I said, the only time we need to concern ourselves with the high level of this is when it reaches a 120 ppm. Then our fourth one and final one here that we test for is phosphate. Phosphate is also what algae feeds off of. This is also produced by waste in food that doesn't break down, or that starts breaking down in the water that never got eaten or hasn't been filtered out. If you have a high phosphate level, you'll often find that you have a huge algae bloom that breaks out. So to combat this, there is only one way to combat high phosphate levels, unfortunately, and that is to do a backwash. You don't get a treatment. You do, however, get Phosguard that you can put into your filter. That is more a preventative than an actual treatment for it. So if you do get a huge algae outbreak, obviously you would have to treat for the algae, but before doing that, I would recommend you doing a backwash of 15% to dump a majority of the water and then put in new water, and then you can treat for the algae after that. I would say after a few days, test your phosphate levels again. If it still remains high, you would have to inspect your pond if there isn't maybe a crevice where a lot of matter has collected, such as leaves, fish waste, food. because that clearly means that it's not being filtered out. So you'd have to look if there isn't something stuck somewhere that is not being filtered out or that you may not have seen. That is it for today when it comes to our testing regime each morning. We do this with all of our ponds, and we keep a close eye on these guys every morning. It doesn't take days for one of these to spike. It can happen overnight. So I do recommend testing at least once a week. If you have a large system, I would say test every third to fourth day, just to keep a close eye on it. But most people test on a weekly basis. So yes, this is the regime that I would follow every morning. And then as a hobbyist, you can do it once a week. If you've got a larger pond with very little oxygen availability in it, I would test this every third to fourth day. But this is something that a person should do on a weekly basis at least. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and we hope to see you again soon.